rather than reacting to them, I wrote about it. And when you have to take your emotion and write it, and I didn't put anyone's name in it, I didn't put, I just wrote about the emotion that I felt. And so therapy is a very healthy way to navigate your emotions. Therapy is a very healthy way to unpack the pain of your past. And so is talking to a therapist. It's so important that we don't think that being a believer means you can't go to see a therapist. Yes, sometimes we need Jesus, therapy, the blood, the word, church, medication, and none of those things are anything that you should be ashamed of. If you need those things, because a big part of what happens is when we walk in pride, then we feel that we want to make it seem as if we have it all together. No one has it all together. No one has life figured out. We all have areas of our heart and our life that need to be healed. They need to be acknowledged. They need to be, we need to be exposed to. Because trust me, if you get into a relationship with another person, you may think you are doing so good. You may think, oh, I have grown. Yeah, I have gotten past that. And then God will bring a person into your life that will, I talk about how some people are triggered. Some people are, you talk about people being trigger happy. Some people are trigger happy. Some people, and I don't know if they know it or if it's just the nature of who, maybe it's their unhealedness triggering your unhealedness. And I think the more unhealed we are, the more we trigger other people because we're not walking in humility. We're not walking in kindness. We're not walking in any of those love, joy, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, meekness, self-control. When we're not walking in those things for ourselves, how can we walk into it for someone else? And so if you know that there are environments that you go into that trigger you, and I was reading an article, it was talking about the difference between, there's the big T trigger, and there's the little T trigger. Big T triggers are past traumas, sexual abuse, verbal abuse, emotional abuse. Those are big T's. Little T trauma is traffic, your something that you wanted to come in the mail not coming. So how do you deal with, if we make everything a big T trauma and it's a little T, if we react to our little T traumas like it's a big T trauma, what happens when the big T traumas really come? So we have to learn how to manage our reaction, manage our emotions, manage our ability to examine ourselves and say, that was really me. And so when I find myself in a situation where I am angry or upset or disappointed, I ask myself, why am I so angry or upset and disappointed? And sometimes if you really are honest with yourself, sometimes the way you react to things comes from things you didn't get in your childhood or things you did get. So I was talking about the B thing, people calling you, people, how this generation calls each other a B. Well, for us, our parents, they didn't know the 5 love languages. So they didn't know that when they were calling you out of your name, that they were causing you to feel unloved. Well, this generation have gotten more of that than we did. So for them, what was tragic for us and hurtful for them is funny. And so I think a part of it is understanding we have to be sensitive to and mindful of the room that we're in, the rooms that we're in. And I know that the most unconscious place for people to be conscious of everyone is on the internet. And so that's why on our channel at Rich Relationship Refuge, we try to bring you things that are encouraging and inspiring and fun and funny, but mostly that will make you feel that you are more than enough. And one of the reasons why that's our slogan, that's our thing, is because at the root of all of the problems that we have in relationships, it stems from us not feeling like we are enough. You are more than enough. You are so important to God that he went to the cross and he died just for you. And so for that alone, that should be the thing that makes us feel the most valuable. And so one of the reasons why I wanted to do this was because I felt like as women, so many times we don't talk about the dark side.